Are you someone involved in web development, API design, or working with web services? In that case, understanding HTTP actions or verbs is a must for you. In today's video, we will discuss top HTTP actions or verbs along with examples. HTTP verbs form the foundation of communication in web development and are essential for designing, consuming, and troubleshooting APIs and web services. They provide a standard way to express the intended action on the resources over the web. This is really an interesting topic, so watch the video till the end. Hello everyone, welcome to Tech and Career Bytes. I'm a software professional with more than 20 years of experience, including 7 years in leadership roles at a global product-based organization. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. This is an application layer protocol that facilitates data transfer and communication on the World Wide Web. HTTP actions, also referred as HTTP methods or HTTP verbs, are the commands used in Hypertext Transfer Protocol to specify the desired action on a resource. These actions define how the client and server should interact with the identified resource. There are several HTTP verbs available. Let's discuss the frequently used along with examples. Let's first discuss HTTP GET verb. HTTP GET request retrieves a resource from the server. It is idempotent in nature, which means multiple identical GET requests return the same result. For example, consider a HTTP GET request to retrieve the product's details. The response from the server will be a JSON object with an array of products. HTTP put updates or creates a resource on the server. It is also idempotent with multiple identical put requests updating the same resource. For example, consider this put request to update the user details for the user with ID 123. If the user does not exist, then the put request creates that resource on the server. The response from the server will be a JSON object with updated user information. HTTP post is used to create new resources on the server. It is not an idempotent action. That means if there are multiple identical post requests, then it will end up creating duplicate resources on the server. For example, consider this post request to create an order on the server. The response from the server will be a JSON object with the details of the order created. Let's discuss HTTP delete verb. HTTP delete request deletes a resource on the server. It is an idempotent action. That means multiple identical requests impacts the same resource. That is, the same resource, if it exists, it's deleted. For example, consider the delete request to delete a product with ID 789. The response from the server will only indicate a success or failure and will not have any content in the response body. The patch request is used to apply partial modifications to the resource on the server. It is again an idempotent action. For example, consider the patch request to partially modify the user with the ID 456. The response from the server will be a JSON object with the updated user information. HTTP head method is used to retrieve the headers of a resource without the actual response body. For example, consider the HTTP head request to retrieve the headers of the document with ID 789. As the response will only have the headers information, the response from the server is typically minimal. The HTTP options describes the communication options for the specified resource. The response from the server typically includes information on allowed methods, headers, and other potential capabilities for the specified resource. The HTTP trace method is used to perform a message loopback test. It is typically used for diagnostic purposes, allowing the client to see the modifications done by the intermediate servers. In today's video, we discussed frequently used HTTP actions or HTTP verbs. I hope you learned something useful today. If you liked this video, then do check out our other videos. Also, don't forget to like, comment this video and subscribe to my channel. My name is Rupa and I thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next video.